So let's just pause for a minute. Throughout the day, occasionally we'll pause. The day is experiential, but reflecting on our experience, and there'll be quite a lot of input probably, and it's good just to pause every so often, otherwise we just get filled up. And also, I don't always know what to do next, so I have to have time to... So we're going to start with a pause, because I haven't a clue what we're going to do. So when we pause, you don't have to do anything, you just time out, so it's all right. All right. So in a moment, I'm just going to go around and say our names and why we've come or something like that, so we can get the ball rolling with just connecting and getting to know each other a bit, which is partly what the day is about. But just to kick off with the experience of what I think we're here to share is our true nature. And just notice you can't see your own head. It's ridiculously simple, this. You can't see your own head. I can't see mine anyway. I don't think you can see yours above your body. You can see it in the mirror and all of that. And if you think, so what? I say that's a very good question. That's a very good question. And today is so what? Like, so what? Because hold your hands out like this. You see, we're going to be 5-year-olds. Because your true nature is available if you're simple. And you see your hand, you see your arms, first person view. Bring them back either side of your head and watch them get bigger. So you take your time. It's the process, not just the result. And they get bigger and wider apart and keep going, and they disappear off where the walls disappear. And I say they've gone into your true nature, into the great void, into this beautiful openness, and then you bring them forward and they emerge miraculously out of nothing, out of space, out of the source, get smaller. And obviously this is a visual experience, so we'll be looking at it in non-visual ways and how it applies, the so what, really. So we start with that. We start with that. In fact, you see, the day is about directing our attention to that place that we overlook, which is nearer to us than our breathing, and is not primarily an outward thing. It's an inward thing. But that is just provisional, really, because it's both. And when you look out, you see the people, and we get involved in conversations and reflections and judgments and activities. And what today is about is adding to that the place you're looking from. See? And with the suggestion that the place you're looking from is vast and open and free. I say it is. And it is so obvious, so easily experienced. It's paradoxically very easy to overlook it. Because we get so caught up in everything, which is good, see. We overlook this openness. And so today is, the seeing of it is not the hard part, that's the easy bit. The hard part is living it and relaxing into it and living from it consciously. See? And this is hugely supported, I find, when I'm with others who are on the same wavelength, especially if we've got a day together where that's on the front burner, so to speak. And so that's why we're all here, that's why I'm here anyway, is to be aware of this reality. And I take it as true that it's true for everyone, so obvious, see. And just to say a little bit more before we go around, that one of the so whats is that when I look at you, I see your face, I don't see mine. And we call it face to no face. See, so I imagine the same is true for you. True, Hans? Yeah. See. And this is, I say, a very deep thing. I have your face instead of mine. See? It's not a trick. See? So, lots of so whats in that. Agreed?
Agreed.
Yeah. You see, I haven't met you before, right?
No.
Are you're enjoying looking out at nothing now?
Yeah.
You see? I mean, this is 30 years ago. There wouldn't be people I could just say that to. Things are changing. See, and people are recognizing that this, which is so ridiculously childlike simple, you can't see your head, you can't see your back either. You know, you can't see the wall behind you. This is not a trick, or is not meaningless. Yeah. So let's go around, say our name and why we came today. A couple of sentences. We could just go around. You could start.
Because in a way it's too simple and so obvious, and that to me, where I'm dealing with a kind of disappointment at the moment.
Mm.
I'm disappointed.
Mm. I am so happy for you. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Yes.
I was running. I was looking for something else.
Yes.
And yeah. So I'm here to deal with my disappointment.
Yeah. You will be disappointed.
Yes. I'm sorry to say I was not disappointed.
That comes later.
It's the advanced phase, it's a disappointment.
Looking forward to it. So this is about it, yeah.
Great, thank you. A disappointment, that is a very good thing to note and to frame it as not a bad thing at all in this respect, in terms of what we might expect from discovering our true nature. I'm not talking about being disappointed by things that happen in life, you know. I'm not advocating that. I'm just saying that in terms of awakening to your true nature, this openness that your hands disappeared into, there are seasons of appreciation of what it means. And the seasons are spring, summer, autumn, winter. And if we find ourselves appreciating the spring about this, and then the summer, and oh my God, the fruits of autumn that come with being aware of who you really are and living from this, and then it all goes upside down and you hit winter and it's all gone. And you think, we think, it's very natural to think that it's gone wrong. Either we're doing something wrong or it didn't live up to what it should have been, and maybe it's not the real thing, and I need to find the real thing and move on, and understandable. And I think that it's one thing for someone to say, like me, but that after winter comes spring, and stay with the winter, stay with the truth of who you really are, the nothingness, see? And don't throw it away when all the benefits fall away. Here's someone saying it's temporary and they will come back even better because you've let go. It's very easy to say that. Well, it's not easy to accept until you live it and discover for yourself the truth of that. And that's not an easy road. That's a resistance, see. And if you feel resistance now, today, or in your life, welcome to the club. See.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, I said. Thank you.
Yes, yes. So, as much as I can, today I respect totally, if I can, where you're at. You know, the rhythms you're going through. There isn't a right rhythm, a right answer, a right response. There's, as you were saying, Bob, everyone has a different response. I think you were alluding to that, right? You are interested in people's different reactions, you see. And so part of today is learning from each other and how people are responding to this. And we will be going through some of the experiments that were developed. These experiments, you could say, have two aspects. And one is that they lead us yet again in the present moment back to that experience of your true nature. And the second thing is to reflect on what it might mean, if anything, the experience and the meaning. So and the experiments look at it from different angles. And they're a bit like kids playing in the sandbox. And say, you know, I don't know if you've ever seen kids playing in a sandbox, you know, and they do it for therapy, and you do adult sandbox therapy. Anyway, you just have a sandbox and you have objects and you play, and then you look back and go, oh my God, look at what that means. And you've just made it up. Today is a bit like that. We're going to do the experiments like playing in the sandbox and then go, does that mean anything to you? What does that mean? See, a bit like that. So the first one is and it's all about directing your attention. There's one way of thinking about it, reflecting on it, out and then in. So you take your finger to direct your attention and point at the floor. And kids in a sandbox, you know, what colour is that? You just notice the different colours there. You may not have a name for the colours, but you can see them. And I don't know how that material was made, but I can still see it. So there is an object, a thing. Now point at your other hand, the part of your body now, and notice the colours and shape and movement and all of that. See? Now point at your torso, there, and see the object there. Now you're going to bring your hand up from your torso and point up and back at where your others see your head. So hold your finger out and you point directly back at the place you're looking out of now. And the question is, what do you see there? Do you see your head? See, not think or imagine or remember or whatever, no. And I don't see my head, I don't see my eyes, I don't see my forehead, I don't see the wall behind me, I don't see my back, I don't see anything in this direction. And it's a non-verbal experience, but in words I say my finger's pointing at nothing, at space, at emptiness, at stillness. Now I can go on, I can say the origin, but that's adding meaning, much more meaning. Now just keep pointing and just relax, you know, support your arm if you need to, because you're just going to do it for half an hour. Or maybe an hour. Now, I say this is a non-verbal experience, but you've pointed at the floor and you might have a word for that, like floor or the colours. And you pointed at your hand and you can say, well, you've got 5 fingers or whatever. You've pointed at your torso and you've talked about that. Now you're pointing at this place, and I think it needs a new vocabulary because it's not anything like any of the things you can point at there. But having a vocabulary is quite useful. So if I say I'm pointing at space, do you understand what I'm talking about? Yeah? Okay. So that's one word. Or emptiness, do you understand? You might have different words. You know, I'm trying to start to throw out lots of words so we don't get stuck on one. Or stillness, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, someone else throw in a word or two. Let's just start, because I'm interested in the conversation today. So it could be the same word as I've done, but try a different one if you want.
I'm looking at the mirror.
A mirror. Wonderful.
No border.
No
Border.
no borders. So just hold for a moment. What people use, the images they put out, the words they put out may not fit exactly, but that is wonderful because then you get, oh, maybe I can sit back and really feel my way into what they're saying rather than that not fitting how I've thought about it before. So someone else, an image or a thought.
Fully transparent.
Fully transparent, Baron. Does that make sense? I mean, let's just start to communicate together. We're in it together. Someone else who can say something?
Wide open.
Wide open? What, Fred?
Nothingness.
Nothingness. I can't stop now. Yarn. Nothing. Disappointment. Yeah, disappointment. Would you, if I said disappointment, would you understand? That is really good, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, that's very good. Someone else? What? Everything.
Is this it?
Freedom.
Capacity.
Now just relax your arm for a moment. Can we have those two images? I love the fact you're using your voices. I want to encourage you to feel it as much at ease as possible, to feel your voice is important and we want to hear what you think, because we all benefit. So these are two images for teaching. This is the first one, and the teacher has something the students do not have. It might be learning to speak a language or learning to type or use a software program. So the teacher knows and the students don't. So all the students, if I had something, I mean, in a way I do, I have something to share with you that you may not know, the experiments. All right, so I know the experiments, you might not, so I'm going to show you them through. But actually, I'm sure this could apply to everyone. Each of us here will have something that they could teach the others that the others wouldn't know. And we, so what, just out of interest, Bob, what would you think you could teach everyone today if we were interested that they wouldn't know? A skill or what? Just say anything.
A breathing exercise.
A breathing exercise, all right? I mean, but it might be to do with your job. Mariska, what could you tell us today?
To do with my job, to put an infuse in somebody.
Right.
Infusion.
Okay, because I wouldn't have a clue how to do that, you see. Sebastian.
I can learn you how to care and love for bad people.
Thank you. Wonderful. Someone, don't wait for me to invite you. What? Yeah, we get it. Yeah, us, like us. Yeah. So what?
How to cook for somebody with a complicated diet.
Yeah, how to be really tolerant of your wife.
Well, we can learn a lot today. Eh?
Yeah. So when I invite you today, let's set the direction. Don't always wait for me to invite you. All right? If you've got something to say, feel welcome to share, because I don't want to always be saying, all right, what do you think? And then wait, and everyone going like this. So, but someone else then, or 2 or 3 people, what could you teach others here that they don't know about?
Using AI.
Using AI. Well, I think I'm going to make a note. I should start this and then ask for free lessons at the end. I can do this now. I can breathe. So, anyone else?
Medical advice?
Medical advice, all right. Good. Because you're a doctor or something?
Yeah, I'm with pensionada yet, but I used to work as a doctor.
Yeah, there you go, you see.
I can learn you how to get an AI to talk about the headless way and from the headless way.
Ah, okay. I'm out of a job. Okay, so you can see that we could all be in this position. And it's a very important role to take, and all of that. And everybody, you see, if you were telling us how to do an injection, we'd all be looking at you. We wouldn't be asking each other about that, because we don't know. But there's one subject that this does not apply to, which is your true nature, because it has no content. So if you understand what I'm saying here, it has no content, so there's nothing, once you see it, there's nothing more to see. So job done. And this then you add on, because this is still relevant if you need to know about the things that people can offer you. We still need this. But now we add in this, and this represents, I feel like, I'm bringing my drip along with me now.
Fred will help you.
You're not really Fred. You know that. So this one represents this, because when I started and we all moved in, I said structure affects energy, and I felt how we felt more intimate with a closer structure than spread out. And until you had arrived, we had an empty chair, and I could feel that. Yeah? Now we've completed the circle. And this structure affects energy. So in terms of actually exploring today our true nature and what it means, if this was the structure and I was telling you, that would set the tone. I know and you don't, and I'm going to tell you what it's like. See? And that is completely inappropriate for this. Appropriate for all the other things we need to learn. And this is what represents our circle today. That I say, at least, I respect that everybody here has equal access to their true nature, because you can't see your head. It's that simple. See? But each person has a different view from there. A different response, a different word for it, a different life experience of whether or not, or how this affects your life, how you are feeling right now. And if this was the structure today, you see, I mean, the difference in energy between these two, clear. To acknowledge that each person here has perfect access to the source. They can't see their own head. Instead, they see the world. This represents what my view of the group. And you can see how much energy there is compared to this, how stable it is. When the teacher goes, it falls over. This doesn't fall over. how much more fun it looks like, how much more creative, how much more we can learn from each other. Already we're learning from each other, not just from me. I mean, perish the thought, you know, not just from me. I'm putting those images are powerful because they're non-verbal, so that you can understand many different things. If it was just a sentence on the floor there, that's all it would be. But an image is powerful because it's non-verbal. And so that, for me, speaks for today. Okay, so on the back of that, if we can pick those up, I'm going to have to hold it. Can someone pick those up? Yeah, yeah, thank you. And we're going to stand up in a circle here. I don't know what. Do I put this in my pocket? Yeah. All right. And come in and stand close. And if you're okay putting your arms around each other, and we're in a circle here, come in as close as you can. And this we call the no-head circle. And if you look down at your own body, and you can't see your head. So your body disappears into nothing. You understand? Mm-hmm. These are very inadequate words, but they're pretty adequate. Or you could say your body comes out of nothing. I mean, above your chest, it's just, you don't see anything. Now look down at the floor so that you can see the circle of feet, circle of bodies. And notice that they all fade out around waist or chest level at the top. Into the same space. I mean, if you're looking down visually, it depends how tall you are, I suppose, but I can see the circle of feet, including my own. Are you with me? Yeah. And I can see the circle of bodies, including my own. Understood? Mm-hmm. Just at the edge there, I see mine. And then I see that all the bodies, I can kind of have wide-eyed, panoramic, soft-eyed view. So it's kind of blurred, but I can see all the bodies, including my own, and at the top, they all vanish off into the same space at the top that my body goes into. I mean, it's just not divided up. You understand?
Yes.
So down there we're many, at the top we are one. You understand? Yeah. Yes? Yeah. Well, amazing.
It actually is. Huh?
It is so ridiculously obvious. You say, no, that can't be right. But it must be more complicated. It must be hidden. It can't be that obvious. Well, sorry. I'm not. So another way, this is a non-verbal experience, and I'm putting words onto it. So your words might be different, and you may get a different angle on that's that circle with many different views. So I could say, down there we're many, we're different, we're separate, we're distinct, we're many. At the top we're one. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now, what I say we're here today to do is to talk about that and celebrate it and bring it onto the front burner. So this is a new vocabulary for talking about something that we don't talk about. So baby steps. And when you learn a language, you'll know better than me, that you start by copying and then you improvise. So let's just copy first, understanding what we're doing. If I say down there we're many, at the top we're one, someone else say that phrase, if it's meaningful to you. Don't wait for me.
Down there we're many, and on here in the top we are one.
Down there we're many, up here we're one.
Down there we're many, up here we're one.
Down there we're many, up here we're all one.
Down there we're many, up here we're all one.
Great. So even though we're saying the same words, and obviously you only say it if you feel like saying it, even though we're saying the same words, when you hear different people saying those same words, it has a different ring. It has a different authenticity. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes.
And so it's really valuable and educative educative, to contribute. Because even if you're saying the same words about the same experience, your tone of voice and everything to do with you will be somehow at the back of that and will give it power and authenticity. And the whole group will benefit, including you hearing yourself saying it. So anyone who just said it then, even though you were repeating my words, did you find that you were kind of finding meaning yourself in it as you said it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So let's just try that again with a different phrase. So that we've got down there, we're men at the top, we're one. What's another phrase?
Many feet down there, and no feet up here.
No feet up here.
And down there.
But slow down, because that, I mean, that makes you think in a different way, right? Mm-hmm. No feet up here? Well, of course there aren't any feet up here, but, oh, well, yes, there are no feet, no heads, no ceiling. Sorry, now you go. Yeah.
Down there we look different, but up here not.
Up here not. Mm-hmm. So when someone when you say that, what does that mean to you? Because what also I'm going to encourage you to do is to respond. So when you hear that, say it again if you can remember it. What was it?
Down there we look different, but up here not.
Up here not. Mm. So what do you get from that?
Well, it's true in my experience.
True in your experience.
Yeah, that's what I see.
Same experience.
Same experience. Understood, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the immense variety among people. Immense in all types of aspects. And the not up here, not.
No
absence.
difference.
Yeah, the absence of all that is astounding.
Persona and non-persona.
And persona means mask, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. You know, in Greek comes from, so no mask at the top. You see, I'm riffing off what Aradhana said. We can riff, that's how meaning evolves, is give and take.
So down there feet, and up there I saw feet too, in my imagination. Because I saw feet there, and I was looking for feet up there, but I could only find feet up there, back there, in my imagination.
Ah.
It's not true.
From feet to our face.
Down there can be very complicated, and here all the complexity is gone.
Ah. Now, is that a relief? No, is it? Is it? Would you say, Jan? Yeah. Well, because what, as well as understanding and thought and reflection, is also emotion, and we need it. So when Jan says that, and you tap into, if you do, the sense of deep relief and relaxation that can come from realizing that all the complexity is there, and here is utterly free of that. That's what you're talking about. That, potentially, at least you could say, oh, that is so freeing and relaxing. At least potentially, if you understand?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's very emotional down there, and absolutely no emotions here.
Yeah. Thank God. Thank God in both directions, right? Yeah. I mean, thank God there is emotion there, and thank God there isn't here.
Many reasons for disappointment down there.
And one big one up here.
No, I can't find it.
You can't find it?
I can't find any reason for disappointment here.
Prison and freedom.
Diversity and unity. Crowdedness and void.
Yeah. Confusion down there.
All those feet
up here.
All those feet are in this awareness.
Yes.
Movement to no movement.
Down there, lots of words. Up here. Okay, let's sit down. This is the one subject that we can all chime in with and speak with authority on. If we were going to have a discussion in the circle there about syringes, you know, that would be very... Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? But this is something that is central to us all. See, which I think we've all got an opinion on. I think. I hope. Yes. What was it like? So, in the learning process, as I understand it, you have an experience and then you step back and reflect on it. And that is often used in creative writing. You write and write and write, and then you step back and write about what that was like writing, and then you go back in and write again. And you learn metacognition. You learn from stepping back, reflecting, zooming back, getting a bird's eye view, then going back in. And that rhythm is part of learning. So we just had that experience of standing in the circle. We're finished. We can just for the moment as a group step back. Any reflections on that experience of standing in the circle and sharing?
I just noticed how quickly we become weavers. You know?
Weavers?
Yeah, we weave. We just connect just straight away. I mean, it's...
and we bounce off one another. Yeah, yeah.
It makes us more...
Yes?
I was wondering how a blind person would connect with the experience.
Okay, we'll go straight into that in a minute. We'll go into that. Yeah. Good?
There's much more unity, and there's more diversity. More unity, feels more unity.
Oh, now we step back.
And now we step
back. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, structure affects energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just quite some back pain, but now it's gone. So.
No, I've got it.
That's possible.
It's just such a contrast. You know, you have sort of all these many feet cramped up in your awareness, and then at the other side, it's sort of maybe like the biggest contrast there is. But, yeah.
With the space?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really liked it that for once, normally I'm in my living room doing this, and you're alone or with my partner. And I really like the experience of to hear it from different people and just hear what you experience.
And what's the difference? I mean, confirmation. Yeah.
For me, like, oh yeah, this is real.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a paradox because in a certain sense, no one can confirm it for you because they're outside you and it's your experience. On the other hand, it just makes a huge difference when you get it. I agree. Yeah.
The last weeks I've been thinking about a lot. It's just about self-confidence and being confident about being in this state and daring to also talk like that and talk from this space.
Yeah.
But yeah, at your job, it's quite hard.
No. No, but
it's funny, but
that is one of the benefits of today. You're amongst people who are here for this, and it's on the front burner that let's talk about it. Yeah. We need that permission, really. Yeah.
I was just thinking what I had to say about diversity and unity, and thinking, you know, like usually they're so separate. It's either one or the other, and here it's just clear that you can have, they're connected, and you can have both of them, and it's not even a problem. It's just like, they're there. That's it. I mean, it's so simple in a way. There's not even debatable. It's just obvious. It's radical. Very radical.
Yeah.
And it's so nice, everybody saying their own words, and every time you get into the other view, in a way, and then you can take that on, And every time I take it on, it deepens. It makes it more real.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah.
It's lovely to experience.
Yeah.
Simply. Yeah. To share.
I feel a bit like a pinball machine where I'm this ball is the tension and it goes out and all this bodily stuff, sensations and feelings. Sometimes it goes back to the center or the start and say, okay, relief, and
Pinball wizard.
Yeah, I'm still a little puzzled because it's what I experienced just now is about vision.
Yes.
And vision is going to your brain. What your brain is telling you is not always true.
Yeah.
But it's the knowing that's the truth.
Yes.
So you know that your face is there. That's the truth. So what you see.
So may I challenge you?
Yeah, challenge me.
All right. So if we just go by present evidence and not what we know. On present evidence, can you tell what color your eyes are?
It's knowing.
No, I mean I know you know. Yeah. All right, so I'm not challenging what you know. I'm distinguishing between what you know and what you actually experience. So they're not, they're different. So looking now, can you see your eyes?
No.
So right now, you can't see what color they are.
Exactly.
Right? Now, can you see your head?
No.
So I'm just distinguishing what you can actually directly experience and what you know. So you know you've got a head. You know the color of your eyes. You know the shape of your head. You know what's behind you. All right? But distinguish between that knowing and what you directly experience. And today is not rubbishing what you know, because you need to know all that, but adding into it this kind of secret perspective of what, like the child, what you directly experience. And then exploring whether that is meaningful. If it's not, that's your response, right?
Yeah.
But so if you can, like us all, keep an open mind, and whenever we're talking about this, I am not saying that knowing is wrong. So you don't have to defend it. What I'm doing is adding in, say, well, from your secret point of view, your first person point of view, what is your actual experience? And there was you may or may not have heard of this guy called Ramana Maharshi. Do you know about? No. So he was he's seen as a great Indian teacher, spiritual teacher. And this is quite common with some of the great teachers. They say, no, just put aside what you know for the moment and look. And that is their teaching. That's what we're doing today. So if you can enjoy the ride today, yeah, right? And we'll be exploring these experiments which highlight our experience alongside what we know, and then see if that is meaningful. Yeah?
Can you say that what you know is temporary and who you are is, you can't even say forever?
You can say that if you like. But really, do you see? Because if that's what is meaningful for you at the moment, thank you for telling us. And I'm not here to say, no, actually, Jan, no, you can't say that. No. Your appropriate response, if I said that, was go to hell. Do you see? I'm going to tell you what it's like from my point of view. See, and you can't, I'm not, yeah. But just, so we're going to do a little bit before, and then we'll we're heading up towards the coffee break. But just as a reflection, and this may be a bit complicated, but the true, to me, seeing who you really are, is seeing that your growth is everybody's. Because you are everybody. You're space for everybody here. See? So your growth is manifest in everyone's growth.
That's why I like what you said so much, because everything that came afterwards, the two of you in a dialogue, I really loved that and benefited from it. Yeah, so thanks for saying it.
May I add something from the disappointment?
Yes.
Because maybe the disappointment is when you absorb everything from the teacher and you once will become the teacher. And you can say, it's like this, but now you're just one of them. You're just one of them.
I know, and you can't charge.
The last one is out of the perspective of non-persona.
Yes. Yes.
This one not.
Yes. Yes. All right. So.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
I guess it would be satisfying to go from one to the other. Just as I presume it's satisfying to be,
It is hugely satisfying. Hugely.
Form the web.
What did you say?
To form the web.
Yeah. It is another level. You have to surrender. You've got to surrender that position. See, and that's where the disappointment comes. See, but what you get back is just like flying. All right, so let's even bring our chairs even closer, as close as we can get. We're going to do the closed eye, and you see, structure affects energy. Have you? Oh, yes, exactly. All right. You see, if I'd said at this point, okay, now for the rest of the day I'm going to sit here and you're going to sit in rows in front, structure affects energy, right? You can't get away from it, really. All right, so we're going to do the closed eye. Alex was requesting that. And what time is it? So, yeah, I think we'll be all right. Yeah, so I'm going to lead into this. I think we'll go into your things probably not before the break anyway. Yeah. All right, so we're going to just start with eyes open and go into eyes closed. So again, this is just your own direct experience. And we've done the pointing, but now point out at the same time. This is a useful gesture indicating two-way attention, two-way pointing. It's provisional, but if you point, the finger pointing in is pointing at no thing, space, stillness, clarity, transparency, whatever word. And the finger pointing out is pointing at the room, the colors, the shapes, the movement, the things. So there's the two directions, but it's provisional because I can't really divide off the view in with the view out. It's just provisional. But we're going to be using that idea of view in and view out in the next. So you can just relax your hands. And the view out is the field of view. So we start visually. The view out is the field of view. And I would like you to notice several things about the field of view. First thing, which I do love, is whatever you're looking at is in the middle of the field of view. So if you look at someone's shoe, it's right in the middle of the field of view. Now move to another shoe, and that's in the middle of the field of view. You understand? Yeah? So you have this ability or power to make anything the center of the field of view. All right? See? And the meaning that I sometimes give to that is that as who I really am, this spaciousness, I can make anything the center of the world. See? Now, if you look up and you look at somebody, they don't have to be looking at you, but you can look at me if you want or whatever. You make them the center of your world. Now you move to another face, you make them the center of the world. Understood? So the meaning is that who you really are is also, it has many names: the source, the stillness, transparency, clarity. A few more names, please.
Openness.
Openness.
Borderless.
Consciousness. Capacity.
Peace.
What did you say again?
Stillness.
Stillness. All right. So also royalty. See, royalty. Royalty is powerful. It is like the source connected with the image. These are all images. See, and once you realize that the experience is non-verbal, you can play with images because you don't feel like you have to. I don't feel I have to define it. They're metaphors. So royalty. If you are royalty, you sit in your throne. You're in your throne now, and you have a courtiers, and if you want to honor someone, you say to someone at the back, come forward and stand right in front of me, and I am going to bathe you in the royal gaze and honor you by bringing you out of the crowd. Now, when you look at someone, you make them the center. You bring them forward out of the background, and for this one moment that person is at the center of your royal gaze. Then you shift to someone else. Now, it's a very deeply honoring thing. See? Understood?
Yes.
Isn't it beautiful? Beautiful.
Yeah.
And you're honoring them with the royal gaze.
Yeah. But it's actually working like that.
Yes.
In the real world, it is my experience that it works like that. You can, because you wait. I feel it in the energy,
yes,
which is coming back to
yes,
me. That
yes.
The other one is receiving this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
But I never thought about royalty.
No, that's
So
beautiful.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yes. Okay. So I mean, we spent an hour on that, but we're not going to. All right. But I mean, it is. It is.
Yeah. It is.
Yes. And pardon?
That's all we have to give.
Yes.
You put it in the light.
Yes.
But it is, again, sorry, I realize that it is in this world, in this hard world, it is so important that we give each other that.
Yes.
Because we recognize another person, and the other person feels this.
Understood.
Oh, it is so important.
Yes, understood.
It's a gift you're giving, which you might
Yeah,
not
it's a
want
bit.
to,
Yes.
I think
Well,
immediately it softens.
Well, I was thinking of that because you said the hard world. And if this is a contrast between colour and no colour, movement and no movement, face and no face, hardness, softness, in a way, right? So what can we do about this hard world? We can apply the medicine of softness.
Yes, but it sorry, what is necessary is that we soften first ourselves.
Yes.
Because otherwise it's not happening.
No, all you have to do is be soft.
True.
Yeah, I'm a softie.
Anger arises. The anger, it's your anger.
Yes. Apply the remedy to that. Yes.
The anger is not, is sort of, it's not the nothingness. It's
Yes, the
already,
content.
Yeah, it's already part of the content.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to just keep us moving forwards and be aware of the field of view, the view out. So I've highlighted that what you're looking at is in the center, and I would like you just to notice three things about the field of view. So if you look at any body or a foot or an object, you can draw a mental boundary around it. And it's got an edge, and the things, whatever you're looking at is on the inside that boundary, and the rest of the universe is outside it. Understood?
Yeah.
All right. And I'm going to call that a hard edge. It's not much of a hard edge, but now be aware of the whole field of view, including not just the thing in the center, but all the way to the periphery, which gets vaguer and vaguer, I suppose, softer and softer, and then fades out. Now, that boundary there I call a soft edge, because there's nothing on the other side of it. There's nothing above it, nothing below it, nothing to the left or right. Do you understand?
Yeah.
How would you, I've said it's a soft edge, and it's not really an edge. I mean, it's not an edge like around a head, because there's something on the other side of that edge. How would you talk about that? If you were to talk to someone about what that edge is like and what's on the other side of it, what would you say?
I would say it fades out.
Fades out?
Kind of a funny image that comes to me is that the edge is just out of view. It's just out of the field of view, just behind it.
It is like that.
It's disappearing.
Disappearing.
It's sort of, you can try to sort of fit it with your knowledge, but it's in a way mysterious, because you cannot really directly see what, if there is there, who knows? But
I know,
in direct
yes.
experience there is.
Do you believe in the edge? Oh, I'm not sure. I haven't quite made my mind up yet. It's like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether I believe there's an edge there or not.
Yeah.
You cannot define it.
Can't define it.
It's like the horizon.
Yeah, that's good.
It's not there, and still it is.
The word that comes to mind for me is the unknown.
Unknown.
The unknown. Yeah.
Say that again?
The unknown.
So the brilliant thing is, none of us can quite describe it, but we all know it, right? And that's why we can continue talking about it, because we all, I mean, does anyone here doubt that someone else has that experience? I don't, anyway, you see. But do I think that they will ever pin it down? No. But do I like to talk about it? Yeah. And the more we kind of talk about it, the more we keep it sort of in consciousness. Does that make sense? I mean, whatever that means.
Make it normal.
Normal, yes.
I still feel a chair behind me, though.
All right. So looking ahead, distinguishing between what you know and what you actually experience, you've got a sensation, right?
Yeah.
Now, you would say, well, that's me sitting on the chair. On President Evans, as you look ahead, can you be sure there's a chair there?
I can only be sure of the full body sensation I'm feeling as a result of what is in the shape of something we call a chair.
So we're going to go into this with eyes closed, all right? So we'll go into that. But we will have eyes open, because I want to introduce you to three aspects. So the first one is the field of view is most in focus in the center, but fades out. And so it doesn't have a clear boundary. So I would say that anything you look at is inside a bigger environment. But the whole field of view is not inside anything, because there's nothing around it. You understand? Mm-hmm. Right? So and now I can play with words. I could say, well, there's nothing below it. Like there's something below our Adna, the floor, and there's something above our Adna. I can see the wall. But the whole field of view, there's nothing above it, nothing below it, nothing around it. It's just floating in the middle of nothing. It's wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't we love it? What?
It's very strange.
Isn't it? It's very strange. Now, it's worth saying that, because it's so different from the... It's like a spaceship. Yeah. Oh, we have liftoff, Houston. Right?
Yeah.
The whole view is just floating there. You see. Now, it is very strange. And I think if you don't think it's strange, live with it a bit. Because it is so opposite the normal view. It couldn't, no wonder, oh, that can't be right. No, that can't be right, you see. Well, you've just decided it isn't right.
It's also a little bit scary.
Ah, yeah. Yes, well, there's no way back.
No.
We've set sail, we've launched.
May I ask, is it also true that you can completely absorbed by it, what is in the center can absorb you totally, or is it Do I say something strange now?
What did you mean?
Wait.
You can't pin it down, Aradna.
Huh?
You can't pin it down to any one way of thinking about it. And if it's confusing how to describe it, I say no surprise. No surprise, because we're not used to thinking about it, and I don't think we can pin it down. Okay. Yeah. So we'll just keep moving forwards here. So the first thing is, it's not contained. It's not inside anything. Everything within the view is inside the view, but the view isn't. Second thing is how big it is. So if you look at two objects in the room, you can compare them for size. So I suppose one is probably bigger than, that picture is bigger than that picture. All right? It's relative. All right? So moving quite quickly, because we don't have a huge amount of time. Look at the whole view. How big is the whole view? There's not a second to compare it with. Right? I don't find a second on the right. So I can't say it's bigger or smaller than. See? So how wide is the view? Well, all I can say is as wide as the room at the moment. Yeah. But if you went out at night, it'd be as wide as a billion stars, right? So it's kind of flexible.
It's just this wide.
Wide, yeah, just wide.
Just wide.
Well, that's good. That's really helpful. Not narrowing it down, widening it out. Yeah. All right. So the third thing involves the rulers.
An image that came to me was like a little window or a portal that appears in nothingness, looks out into the world, like a black hole that you're looking out of.
Ah.
Very strange.
I imagine a sphere in front of me. Just
Floating there.
In a plastic bag. What?
a sphere.
Sphere, yes. All right, I'll quickly take us through it. All right, so measure between one head and the other. So put the 0 on one head and look along and see how many centimeters the next head is. So 8, 9, right? Now measure between three heads or something. So it's you put the 0 on one end and you look along and see where the other object is. And you can do it vertically, measure between, a picture and the ceiling or whatever. You put the 0 on one and you look along. Now what you're going to do is measure how far the whole field of view is from you. So you can put the 0 anywhere in the field of view, right? And hold it first at arm's length, you see, like this. Now, I want you to do this slowly. So slowly you swing it round towards you, and watch the ruler shrink. Now stop about there, and it shrunk, and the digits are closer together. If you do it a bit more, and watch how the space between the digits shrinks as you bring it round, and just stop again, the whole ruler has shrunk a lot. Now, just notice how wide that ruler is. Now bring it even more round, you might close an eye. It shrinks and shrinks the digits. It's hard to tell now. I can't read the digits, and then it's just a point. And there's nowhere to measure from. So if I'm measuring now how far away the view is, and I can't measure it, it's either 0 or, because there's nowhere to put it, it's sort of, there isn't a way of measuring it. Infinite or nothing.
There's no distance in this nothingness and all you and everything I see here. Here's nothing, so there's no distance between nothing and you.
And why might that be meaningful? You or anyone, yeah. What?
Why it's meaningful? That means there's space for you, for everything there is. Everything can come in. And it doesn't matter because it's so big that even the world is too small.
Need a bigger world.
That's it.
For me, it's really.
Yeah, I need a bigger one.
I need to go to space now.
Yeah. Someone else. Why is?
It's really important because in my relationships, I can just be space, I can be nothing, and they can be seen, they can be heard, they can be loved by nothing.
Yes, wonderful. Yeah, thank you.
There's no judgment there.
Yeah.
It's all very relative. I mean, the size, when I measure it, really depends on how close you have
Yes.
it. So it's all sort
That's
of
it, yeah.
dependent on things, but sort of that thing here is sort of there's nothing to depend on or something.
Yes. Can you measure the size of the space?
No.
28 centimeters.
All right. We'll take these back.
I want to add something.
Oh, yeah.
It's also a sense of closeness and even intimacy.
So let's just listen. Start again.
It's a sense of closeness and intimacy, even with things or people that might seem far.
Yeah.
Because there is no distance.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It's tremendous, that. Yeah.
This is also the thing you say on the app with the stars, being connected with the stars and being there. Childish, but it's so close, and you are there.
It's magic.
Magic.
Magic, yeah, for sure.
Now maybe we should keep this and do magic.
Yes, we're doing that.
Harry Potter.
I think that thing about intimacy and don't you have the feeling that where you live, your home, is special because it's yours, and you can relax and it's yours, so to speak. And when you see that everything is here, no distance, intimate, a bit like starting to gradually feel at home wherever you are, intimate wherever you are. I mean, I think that takes time to settle in, but you can see it, and you apply the remedy on your alienation and a feeling of being apart from. You apply the remedy of your direct experience and let that heal you of this feeling of being distant. And yes, fantastic. All right, so now close your eyes and be aware of the darkness, which is not uniform, but anyway. Now, I am going to encourage you to continue contributing with your thoughts and answers, reflections. How big is the darkness? Does it have a boundary? So, there you are, you're experiencing it, so have a go.
Boundless.
Boundless?
Endless.
Endless?
Not really dark. All types of things, like variations of darkness.
I don't find anything in it. Yeah.
There is a light that sees the darkness.
So not only the nature of the darkness, which is individual, I expect, but the three questions is it inside anything? How big is it? And where is it? So, I find it floating in the nothing, like the field of view was. Do you understand? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and so I don't find a clear boundary to it. It fades into nothing, or it's floating in consciousness, or it's that sphere, or you understand?
Yeah.
How would you put that? Just riff on that a bit. Or how wide is it? How wide is the darkness? Wide.
I don't know.
Don't know? How far away is it? From where? Okay, so you get the idea. We're applying those same questions and reflections now with eyes closed, and we're going to go through the different senses. Does that make sense? Yeah? Actually, now open your eyes, and I say, in the space has appeared the room. Now close your eyes. It's been swapped for darkness. But I don't change. Does that make sense? Yeah. The space doesn't change. Open your eyes. You could say, well, magic. I'm just creating the room. Now I'm going to make the room disappear. Close your eyes, or change it into darkness. So that's like having the power of making anything right at the center of your universe when you looked at anything. Now you can make that universe transform into darkness. Now transform the darkness into the room. See, there you go. Now close your eyes. You know, in my experience, the room goes. Now open your eyes and point back. Now look at your finger pointing. See? Now close your eyes and imagine your finger pointing. Now put your hand down, but still imagine that pointing. A blind friend of mine, he used this because he once saw and then he lost his vision. And when he did a workshop with Douglas Harding, and Douglas Harding did the pointing experiment, he was blind, but he could remember seeing years before. And he could remember his hand, so he could imagine a finger pointing back. So I am now going to ask you to just be aware of that direction. The pointing out would be into the darkness, and the pointing in into the space, or the transparency, or the openness. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. You see, now mentally point at the edge of the darkness. Just turn that finger, and can you point at a clear edge?
No.
Well,
I have a sense of an edge, and it's not a clear edge. It's a fuzzy edge.
Okay.
And I could even point to it physically. So, sorry.
And what's on the other side of it? No, why be sorry? You're talking about something we're all experiencing. What do you find on the other side of it?
On the other side? Oh, nothing.
I rest my case. All right, and the second question is, how big is that darkness? Well, there isn't a second to compare it with. I can't point at a second darkness. So how wide is that darkness? See, imagine, you one hand on the left side of it and the other on the right. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that doesn't work.
80 centimeters.
80.
I mean it for real. I mean,
but,
this is my sense, or I imagine it. But
no, I'm not asking you to. When you say 80 has a 0 and an 80, and then on the other side of the 0 is a bit of wood, and on the other side of the 80 is 81, right? But isn't the darkness different in that just to the left of the 0 isn't a bit of something else, and to the right of the 80 centimeters isn't 81? Do you understand?
Sure. Yeah.
And that's all. It's not anything more than that. But it's so easy to, well, I don't know what it's easy to do. All right. And the third thing is, how far away is it? Where is that darkness? See, does it have a postcode? Does it have an address? Is it floating on top of something else? I say, well, no, it's just in the middle of nowhere. I can't measure how far away it is from somewhere because there isn't a somewhere. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Where is it? What would you say? Where is it? Where's the darkness? Here.
There.
There. All right. Okay. All right. Now I ask you to jump from the darkness just to your sense of you. And I will ask you the same questions. How big are you now? Now, what's your response?
I can't measure.
You can't say?
I lost my ruler.
Keep going. I didn't hear that. Someone else.
I disappear.
You disappear.
Sightless.
Now, do you see how our different responses are different and bring out different qualities in it? You understand? Mm-hmm. So if something you don't even have to know what you're going to say before you say it. I usually don't. But you'll just make something up as you're going along. So it's floating in the middle of nothing. I can't say how big I am. Now, I can't say how wide I am. Do you understand?
No.
I can't say where I am. I can't measure myself. Now, this is no small thing if I take that seriously. If I understand it as just a limitation, and really I have a shape and a size and a name and an age, and I just can't, I'm not aware of it, but I really do. That's one thing. I am small, I am limited, I am separate. But if I take seriously my own experience now, that from my point of view, I have no boundary. I have no age. I have no shape. I can't find a shape. What else would you say about yourself now in this way?
I can't say who I am.
So let's do one. See if I know it's difficult with eyes closed, but you can't say who I am. What did someone else say?
I said everywhere I know it.
Like a cloud.
Yeah, I'm also everywhere and nowhere, but in a limited sort of sense. It's like maybe around the edges of this room and the size of a pea. And
so hang on. How do you know about a room?
Right.
No, really. Understood?
Yeah.
We're not denying that if we opened our eyes we'd see a room and we act as if there's a room there. We distinguish between what we know, remember, understand, got that, and our direct experience.
I feel like I'm in a lightning cloud.
In a what?
Lightning cloud.
Lightning cloud?
Like I heard the clouds, and there's also like this purple...
Ah, yes.
Sort of, yeah.
I am awareness.
I am awareness.
I'm all there is.
I am energy.
There is this sensation in the darkness which my head tells me is my body, but I don't know actually what it is. It's a sensation.
Oh, let's go into that a bit more. So be aware of what you call your body sensations.
Yeah, well, my head it says it's body sensations, but my direct experience is that I can feel something.
Yes.
And it's floating in the darkness.
Ah. More like a cloud, maybe.
Well, yeah. Not even that.
Not even that, yeah.
There's still something noticing those.
And what is noticing it?
Can't say.
I found this really hard because I was actually floating in space, and then I was like, okay, but what the fuck is happening?
Is that scary, you mean? Yeah, all right. So let's go to feelings then. Fear or any other feeling. Where are those feelings happening? To anyone?
In the body.
Now, have you got, what do you mean body?
Yeah, that's the sensations, maybe I can call it. Yeah.
So if you go to the
sensations there.
But are they in your body, Mariska?
Sorry?
Are they in a body?
Well, I know they're in my body.
Yeah, but distinguish between what you know and your direct experience now. So we all pay attention, but you just articulate that, Mariska. Yeah?
If I go to, then it's space for it. Space for it.
Space for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then if the space is there for it, it's the sensations are freer.
Do the sensations have a shape?
No.
Ah.
It's blurry. It's if there's a boundary to it, if I must bring a boundary to the sensation in my body, I could not say where the boundary is.
Ah.
No.
So if you go by your sensations, can you say how big you are?
No.
Or what shape you are?
No.
Or even if you're male or female, can you?
No.
Human.
Human.
Even not.
You only can say that you are.
Ah.
I are.
So the sensation that we say is me sitting on the chair is a useful bit of knowledge, but going by present evidence, just not rubbishing that knowledge, but distinguishing one's experience. I find no chair and no body, just a sensation floating in the middle of nothing. Understood?
Yeah. It's like a very thin, like film, like a screen protector that I'm peeling off the experience. I have the knowledge and I'm peeling off the experience from it.
It's almost like everything is sort of a sensation. Every sound and thought and emotion and sort of what I would say my body sort of, they all come together and it's hard to really distinguish them.
So identify, and everybody do this for themselves, but that's Bob talking, right? Yeah, so Bob, just identify an emotion you've got, and it might be a very mild one, but just articulate, just name an emotion that you may be feeling at the moment.
Well, there's a bit of like a fear, because
okay, stay with that. Can you identify where that fear is happening? Is it inside anything?
No.
Does it have a size?
No.
Huh. Now that's really interesting, isn't it? I mean, that's very different from the normal way we think of something. Does that, if I can get us to imagine the pointing out and the pointing in that we did, and the pointing out is now whatever feeling you can identify. And it might be changing, and if it's very hard to name a feeling, name that, some kind of confusion or whatever. But point your imaginary finger at that feeling, and now point at the same time back at you, at the place you're the nothingness. And so it's feeling there, floating in no feeling here. Bob, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah? Now, someone else, just articulate that. What feeling can you identify, and then bring into the conversation that it's the inward direction is empty for it. So, someone else identify a feeling?
I feel something like a sensation where I could imagine my chest is, but I have the tendency to imagine the points of observation in my head, but when I look closely at this, I cannot find from where I'm looking.
And what is the feeling you've got in your imaginary chest? What is the feeling you're feeling?
Kind of a peacefulness.
Peacefulness. So you could say the peacefulness is floating there in the nothing here. Would that be a very provisional way of putting it?
Yes, I couldn't say from where I'm looking at.
Ah, okay.
Not from my head, for sure.
No. Now, be aware of thinking. And you might be thinking about those voices, or you might think whose voice this is, Richard's, or you might, I think we could include memories, remember the look of the building as you approached it this morning, and you might anticipate what you'll be doing after the workshop. So we've got these thoughts, memories, anticipations, as well as feelings, parading there in the nothing. And if you identify with those, can you say how big you are?
I become small.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right, let's look at that you that becomes small. What do you mean now? Not memory, but just what? Is it a feeling?
Yes.
All right. Is that could you say that feeling is arising in the nothing?
Yes.
So the feeling of being small arises in the boundless nothing.
Yes.
Ah.
I feel body sensations, but I can locate them in space. Some of them are higher up, others are down, left, right.
Okay.
Left, right, from where? Up
Well,
and down.
yeah, I mean, obviously I suppose it's my thinking or my memory, but I can feel sensation in my left leg.
So we are asking ourselves to distinguish between the memory and the experience. So you've got a memory of your left foot, all right? But now if you, that memory of the left foot is probably something, a vague image, right? Now, is that vague image, isn't that floating in the nothing?
Yes.
All right? Now you associate that image with the sensation. Now the image and the sensation, aren't they both sort of together, floating in the nothing?
Yes. Right.
I've been practicing law for years, I tell you. Now open your eyes. Do you actually suddenly shrink?
No.
You might feel small, but that's arising in the vastness, right?
True.
And you might have an image for your back arising in the vastness.
Why do we say it's vast?
Because we're running out of words. What would you call it? I think that's the...
It could be infinite, it could be small too.
Yes.
Unmeasurable.
Yes.
The biggest.
So I just add to that. I say that because I believe we've all got the same non-verbal experience, we understand we can't pin it down, and therefore we can play. What were you going to say?
Yeah, something about the biggest, smallest thing in the universe.
Well, that's really helpful. It is though, isn't it? Because you can't pin it down. It's kind of opposites.
Measurable, unmeasurable.
I thought you were going to go mega. That is so not mega. So unmega.
And I noticed that the tension of thinking that I'm ahead looking down at sensations, it's just, this tension is also in the same space.
Yeah.
It's just this feeling that I say, oh, I'm looking from here, but it's actually not true at all. The sensations are exactly where they appear, not me looking down at them.
It is like someone trying to sell you a trick. You know, I'm looking from my head down at my knee. I just saw what you did there. You know, that idea that I'm looking from the head is arising in the space. I got you. Do you see?
Yes,
you know, I'm not fooled. It's very, very convincing. Yeah, all right. That's fun, isn't it, to explore that together? Let's step back. We're going to have a break. Let's step back. Any reflections on doing that together? How are we doing? Oh. Maybe we just carry on. What do you think? Do you want a break?
Yes.
Oh.
Maybe a 5.
Yeah, so before we do, we'll have not a coffee break then. So just before you do, just step back, and we just played like kids together there, exploring what our direct experience in contrast to what we know, and we value both. So what was that like, doing that together?
What I really enjoyed, what really touched me, was the part about the royal gaze.
Yeah.
That every move you make or every conversation you have, you can start with, I give you my royal gaze.
Yes. It's also the royal...
It softens.
Yes. It's also the royal listening.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because the sound becomes a central sound again, right? Or the royal sensation.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I also like that, but I have also a thing to it that it makes you higher than the other when you're not. Yeah, because your royalty is higher. Like they are.
Okay, the pauper's gaze. The pauper's gaze, the absolutely poor, owning nothing gaze. But I mean, a really good point.
I like it too, but I also got this from a little bit.
But it is the pauper's gaze, isn't it? You're utterly poor. You're below. You're below everything. Yeah.
Also.
Yeah. It's good, you see. Because we need each other to balance out these things, to see the different. There isn't just one way.
I really like the poor gaze.
Poor gaze.
Because that's defining it for me. Like that. That's really.
Yeah, I know. You can't always live up to being royalty. It's a bit of a strain. You have to drop down to being utterly right, because you can't go any lower than absolute nothing.
It gives me a sense of responsibility and even a bad conscience, because my awareness goes to all kinds of places where it shouldn't. And so, yeah, that is a pity.
I thought I saw you there.
Yeah.
A pity. What? Okay. And thank you. Yeah, understood. Yeah, yes. The royal gaze sometimes lands in rather dubious places. Yes.
When we had our eyes closed, and I was sort of the who am I? Sort of what do I identify now with?
Yes.
And then the sensations of my body grew quite strong, like it sort of wanted to present itself as, no, this is you, this body, these sensations, that's you, and they it was almost really getting really intense in terms of like
yes.
I had to ground myself a bit to not be overwhelmed by the sensation actually. So it was an interesting sort of like a play, but it was, I could see like it's all happening.
You could see what was happening.
It's all happening here in this space.
Yes.
And sort of there is something. It's bigger than the body and those sensations. But there was a bit of a struggle.
Yes. Oh yeah. You're not surprising. You've spent your whole life, standing on a firm ground, and suddenly you realise you're not.
Control and no control.
It also feels, I recognize this feeling, and I can place it like sort of growth pains, when your body's just screaming to be seen or something, and inside.
Yes.
I remember these sensations from when I was very young and had
Yeah.
fevers.
Oh, yeah.
I had those sensations as well, and now they
Yeah.
come up again.
Yeah.
So it's sort of a weird sort of thing I remember.
But also, for me, the realization that I've been given a key to walk through life not being anything, being nobody, is so freeing. I mean, I understand the fear bit, but there's a side to it that's so exciting. You understand? Mm-hmm. I mean, wow. And you carry on saying, yeah, I'll have a cup of tea, please, and yeah, I live over in London, you've got that going, but inside you're going, no, I don't. It's incredible.
It's amazing. It's also what's happening here is that also kind of irritation. because I think we're going back to the complexity with all those words.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I have some more words. What you said made me realize.
Okay.
Made me realize that
we don't go there.
We don't go there.
That's what I meant with when we did the exercise with the eyes closed. I said left leg because I find it difficult to separate my memory from the sensation.
Yeah. Understood. All right. So let's just be quiet for half a minute, then we'll have a 10-minute break for the toilet. But we've only got the day together, so better to skip a coffee and hang out together than have long breaks. Yeah. So anyway, that's my thought. So we'll just be quiet together for half a minute. All right, we'll take a 10-minute break. Okay. Let's stand up in the circle. If we move in, if you don't mind putting your arms around and get close and look down. So we call this the no-head circle, and you can see the circle of feet, bodies, one space at the top. No divisions, no dividing lines in the space. And sometimes we call it a temple. And the floor there, obviously the floor of the temple is a round temple, so the bodies are the kind of columns of the temple. And this temple doesn't have a roof. Its roof has been blown off. And it's wide open to the sky. And in some traditions, your true nature is called the sky of being. And you are that sky. And it's not blue. It has no clouds in it. Can we have a clock in the middle there? Oh, thank you, Karen. And this one is called the Well of Time. Can someone push it a little bit so it's in the middle? I'm obsessive.
Like this or centimeter? Little more.
Bit more. Oh. All right. Okay, and it's called the Well of Time, and obviously there's a clock, and it represents time. And time and movement, or time and change, go together. So you can see the second hand moving around, and it's marking out the passing of time. And what time is that? Is that right? What time is that? That's 3:20 or something.
3 o'clock?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
It's a bit confusing. All right. So anyway, we're in the afternoon of the workshop, and we're on a Saturday, late November.
Where do you see that?
And so this is representing the time there. And look, it's already changing. You can't stop time. It's moving on, flowing through or flowing by. Now, time and movement go together, time and change. Notice at the top of the circle, where the roof has been blown off, there's no movement and no change, and therefore no time. And if we'd done it, well, we did the no-head circle this morning, and it's the same at the top as it was this morning, but it's different down there, it's a different time. And so I say, I'm looking from the timeless into time. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Spiritual traditions have debated timelessness for centuries, and along comes this experiment and goes, you want it now? Oh, okay. Instant, direct transmission, direct experience, time from the timeless, I say. It's just mind-blowing. And if you did this in a year, it'd be different down there, but at the top would be the same. And so you now have access to this timeless point or expanse or whatever you want to call it. And whenever you look, it's the same, yet it is always full of something new. This workshop, this moment is new, is changing in the unchanging, timeless space at the top. You have the best of both worlds. I mean, you have both worlds. And you can perhaps sometimes think about this in terms of your home. You could say that this community centre is our home for the day. So it's a temporary home. And then you could think of where you live, and I suspect it's a temporary home. You may not always be there, or you may not always have been there. So you go in a shop, it's a temporary home, you could say, for 5 minutes or whatever. And at the top is your eternal home. You're always at home in that sense. And I think as one goes on testing this and acknowledging it and seeing it's true, it gradually sinks in, you're always at home. Or rather, you could reframe it as language. You say, well, this community centre is in me. It's within this eternal home at the moment. And in 6 hours, when you're somewhere else, that'll be arriving in your home. You never go anywhere. It's amazing. And we share this eternal home. We share the community centre for the day, but we've all got different experiences of the community centre, but it sort of overlaps. But we share our home forever, our true home, forever. In that sense, I mean, it's out of time. And we're all natives of this everlasting country. It's just fantastic. And you can't, you think it and then it's gone, and then it comes back, and then it's gone. And the insights. That's the way it works. And you may say, well, I don't feel at home. I can see I'm at home, but I don't feel I'm at home. Just stay at home, and the feeling will come when it comes. You don't have to force it. Sometimes the most wonderful thing is just to be at home and have no particular feelings about it at all. Certainly not to try and manufacture feelings about it. Let it be. It's available when we're simple. Look, you see it moving there, there's that second hand. But you're not moving, you're not going anywhere. You're not changing as who you really are. Okay, we'll sit down if someone can pick the clock up. We're going to do another experiment with the card in a minute, but before that I just wanted to say something about the pleasure and value of being together for the day, or just one of those things. Just that it is, I say, certainly for me, a very special pleasure to be in a group of people where this is being acknowledged. And you'll acknowledge it in your own way, different from me, but the experience, I believe, is the same in us all. But I can't even prove that. So I'm not asking for agreement. If you don't agree, it actually makes no difference, essentially. Makes a big difference in terms of the outward. And so it is therefore a pleasure to be outwardly amongst others who are exploring this and acknowledging this and so on. And it occurred to me just a few moments ago, I was thinking that there was a guy called Alan Watts. You heard of Alan Watts? He was English, but he became big in the 60s and 70s speaking about this kind of thing and very popularized it. And when I was very young, I think, before headlessness, no, maybe just after headlessness, I read a book of his. It was called The Taboo Against Knowing Who You Are. Now, there was another title to it. Does anyone remember? The taboo, anyway, I think it was The Taboo Against Knowing Who...
that's the title. Yeah.
But wasn't there a short thing? Anyway, all right, so at least that was the title, The Taboo Against Knowing Who You Are. But I thought, actually, after our discussion this morning about language, I thought, actually, yeah, that is true, but there's another taboo. There's the taboo about declaring who you are. It's a taboo. Oh, no, I can't. I couldn't say I'm God. And Rumi, the great poet, he said that there's false humility when you say that I'm not God, because you're declaring you're separate from God, that you've got your own little bit of consciousness separate from God. Whereas it's much more humble to say there is no separation and no difference. Therefore, I am God, and that is a humble thing. And it's the taboo against declaring, not just being, but declaring it, you see, and owning it. And I think when you're growing up, you say, Richard, at some point you've got to take responsibility for being Richard. That's the message, isn't it? Grow up. You grow up. Take responsibility for what you do. You're not a kid anymore, you see. Well, it doesn't actually stop when you get to that stage. The next stage is, for God's sake, grow up and admit you're God. I mean, when are you going to really grow up and actually own it? Right?
Well, it is a bit, the hesitation is understandable because many people have been burned or beheaded for declaring something like it, but maybe also times have changed. Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. But that's why I've said before that we're in a special group. I'm not saying go down the street with a placard, all right? I'm saying in a safe environment, you would.
Also, that I think in life, if you would say I am God, that it would become like I am above you again.
It's misunderstood.
This is the understanding we have of God, I think.
But when I say it here, do you understand me?
Yes.
Yes.
So the brakes are off. Here.
I am God.
Yes. I did this, it was in Finland, just before COVID, a workshop there. And we did this thing, which we haven't got time to do today, where each person stood up in front of the others and said to them something like, from the first person, I have space for all of you. And the group went, yeah, you see. Or, I have all your faces instead of mine. What an outrageous thing to say. And all the group go, yeah. And this woman stood up. And I was sitting at the front. We had about 35, 40 people there, and I was sitting there, and the woman came up. It was her turn. She said, oh, I've been waiting to do this all my life. And I went, What's she going to say? And she stood up in front of these 40 people and she said, I am God. You see?
And you said?
And the group went, yeah. You know, for the first moment there was that kind of, whoa, that you don't say that. And then, okay, no, we understand what you're saying. And it was so freeing for her. It released so much energy in her and in the group. And when that's it. You see, once you start to own it, there's a book that we translated into Dutch called On Being God in English. It'll be something else in Dutch, you see. And it's Douglas Harding. And it is just very short chapters. And they are lyrical first person. And in this book, it's as if he's suddenly taken the brakes off and he's shouting, I am God. And there's so much energy in it. And that's what happens when you own who you are and you take the brakes off, it releases energy. And when a society owns who it really is and talks about it freely, where it's safe, I don't need to say that anymore, right? Yeah, where it's safe, it will release tremendous energy in society.
Well, I can remember we did this exercise.
Yeah.
Once
we did, yeah.
And I can remember I stood up and I said, I am God, and all the just yes, you are.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
So encouraging.
It is. It is.
Even you are bigger than God.
Yeah. We understand it. Yeah. Yes. You see. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So
I think the difference also is that is because of the diagram. When you've got the guru model,
yeah,
you're screwed in a way because it's like it's just one thing.
Yeah.
But when you've got a multitude,
yeah,
then there's the confirmation.
Yeah, it's coming from everywhere. It's like many fountains.
I am because everybody is, and they're completely together.
Yeah.
And that's the relief in it because you can actually really trust that because it's stable.
Yeah. All right, so if you stand up.
Declaration of interdependence then.
Yeah, and we'll do the no head circle again if you don't mind. And so come close, just hold you. And this is brief, we're running out of time here in the timeless. And close your eyes. And if it's just a brief window into one of the experiments we sometimes do. If I say, I am space for you, you all say, yes, you are. Do you understand? Yeah. So you'll with eyes closed, just voice it. So, I am space for you.
Yes, you are.
See, that's society lifting the taboo and saying, yeah, you're right. You've said the sayable. You've said the taboo, you see. Now I'm going to say something else like, all the voices are in me. Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
Do you hear now that all the voices are in the one?
Yes.
Okay, so now here's the slight variation. When I say, I am space for you, this time you're going to say, yes, I am. Do you understand? So that now instead you're really even more clearly articulating that the one who's speaking now is the same I am as the one who responds. You understand?
Yes, I am.
All right, so I am space for you.
Yes, I am.
Now that is just tremendous, isn't it? That's the taboo thrown out the window. So someone else now say, I am space for you, or it has to be an I am statement, and then we say, yes, I am. So,
I am God.
Yes, I am. Now, just hold on a moment, just because that is humble when you understand that the one who is saying it is the one who is responding, and vice versa. Do you understand? So, yeah, go on, whoever it was.
I am you.
Yes, I am.
I am infinite.
Yes, I am.
I am capacity for everything.
Yes, I am.
I am everything.
Yes, I am. My voice comes out of your I am. Oh my God, that's complicated. Yes, it does.
I am complete peace.
Yes, I am. Okay, we'll sit down. So, so one of the, every so often, it's just a way of thinking about it, every so often in spiritual traditions, something new comes through. And sitting meditation wasn't always there. And it developed, and it became a very, very powerful thing, I think, obviously, for people to sit in the one. And especially if they're sitting in the one and not sitting to get to the one. That's all strain and stress and somewhere. But if you're at home, you're the timeless one, and we're just going to sit like when we take a pause, we sit together in the one. See, there's no progression at that level there. And things like mantras, they were new. At one point they were new. See, and they blew people away, probably, I imagine. See, and also singing hymns and psalms, it wasn't always done. It's kind of been around for so long, we think it's kind of always been there. It hasn't. And there was something that happened when people began to sing together about the one. It was breaking a taboo, or it was releasing energy, and it was praise, and it was adoration and worship, you see. Worship hadn't quite all been there in a developed way. And it comes out, and it blows people about. It's a development, you see. And these experiments, I would say, are similar. That there are new development that make access to your true nature just, instant. You don't have to wait. And clear. And the map we have, the diagram, it's equal. See? Okay, let's just pause for a moment. Things like the no-head circle, I can't stop, the no-head circle, the well of time, the tube, the pointing, these are just not, I say, sensibly dismissed as children's tricks. They point to your direct experience. They're more direct experience than, how can you get more direct than that? See? And they deliver the goods. And they are, they're about now 60 years old. They've been around for about 60 years. That is very, very recent. Things take, but with the internet and all of that, it obviously travels, very quickly. But just to say that this is very special, these experiments. They look like children's games. They look easy to dismiss. But, they deliver God. That is no small thing at all, you see. And then it makes it communally. The power of worship, the power of singing is partly communal. You see, when it's done communally, it has a power that it doesn't have on your own. They're both, you never do anything on your own anyway. It's always in a context. But what we're doing here, like what we just did, that I am, hearing the I am speak with many voices, see, it makes that experience playfully, deeply accessible in a group. That is special. That is really special.
It's cutting edge.
It is. And then you can start to, listen, and when I'm speaking, you say, well, that's me speaking over there. See, and when I speak to Karen, and Karen replies,
yeah.
Then we've got two voices, the one talking to itself. I am talking to myself, am I?
Yeah.
And you
that's way bigger capacity and expression and everything. There are two minds now at work within the one. Yeah.
It's so much fun, isn't it? Talking to someone else. I love it. Because, do I know what I'm going to say myself before I say it? No. So, you say, well, you don't know what they're going to say. I don't know what I'm going to say. See? And then you listen in a new way. It's really interesting because you're kind of trying out. It's like having a special trick or something that you can speak as the other person, you see, and as the group. And you switch from that one energy source to suddenly, you know, when you get a fountain in a square, and then suddenly 50 fountains round it come up, and you go, oh, I never saw that, and the energy is tremendous. That's like the shift from the one teacher to everyone's being the teacher, being a source from which the one flows, you see. Whether you say anything or not, you're the one speaking, actually. Yeah. But when we start to break the taboo of declaring who we are, that's when the fun starts. Right? That's when the fun starts. Okay.
Why do you want to uphold this taboo then?
Why do I want to uphold it?
Yes.
I don't.
I think you do.
Oh, out in society, you mean?
Yes.
I'm working on it. You know, I've been reading about Mark Twain, who I don't really like, but, you know, the American humorist. But he did say some funny things. He said, I'm as happy as a martyr. I'm as happy as a martyr when he realizes that the fire won't light. So, you know, out there it's a bit, you know, but I get bolder. I get bolder, you know, and because I'm in the business and I'm good for a laugh, really. And so, what do you do? Oh, I show people I'm headless, and you're headless. You can't see. I go for it, right? I mean, yeah. All right. Well, those cards behind you, if we could have those. And if you can pass them around, just give each person one or something. Yeah, I'll pass it around. So this represents the void of the Buddhists and the stillness of the somebodies and the something else of the somebody else's. Whatever you want to call it. God. Just remember it's God. For formless, you see. And in Buddhism, they talk about the void, and they say void is form and form is void. Have you heard, anyone not heard that? Yeah. Oh, everyone heard it. Is that right? Has anyone not heard that? It's the Heart Sutra starts that way. You haven't heard it. All right. So it's a key Buddhist sutra. I think it's Zen, and it starts: form is void, void is form. Nothing is everything, everything is nothing, but nothing is also everything. You know. So look at the card and look at the hole, and that hole represents the nothing. And like good 5-year-olds, I want you to put your hand through it just to prove it's nothing, because I don't want you to go and say it was a trick afterwards. You know, like, no, it's not nothing. So you see it's nothing, but it's a small nothing, it's a sort of roundish nothing, oval. See? So it's only a metaphor for the great void, because it's got a limit. But you can see, because it's nothing, its void is form, you can fit anything in it. And it just receives anything. See? So void is form. I can't find a dividing line. Again, if you put your hand into the nothing, you can't sort of see the nothing without seeing what's in it. You see through the nothing, or as it were. They go together. All right. And the thing about the nothing is it has no preferences. So it doesn't say yes to the light and no to the speaker. It says yes to everything. So it's just unconditionally open. But it's out there, and apparently the idea is to actually somehow become that, so that you gain all the power that goes with being the one. So you want to hold it at arm's length. There it is, small. Now, very slowly bring it a quarter of the way towards you see, and you're moving it towards you, and you see it gets bigger. Now bring it a bit closer, it gets bigger. Now take your time, because you want to, like a kid, just really see if it does actually get bigger. So you got to pay attention to the whole field of view, and within the view it's getting bigger. See, so the whole field of view, and then keep going towards the place you're looking out of. And probably the top and bottom begin to disappear now. The sides get very wide, and they're as wide apart as the room, and keep going, and then gone. And you've put on the great void, and you've lost its boundary, and it is unconditionally open to everything, and it's both nothing and everything. I mean, fast track or what? You know?
We
Yeah.
even look funny in it.
What?
We even look funny in it.
Well, you do. I don't. Right?
Yeah.
There's one in the circle that does not look funny. Put your hand up if it's you. Yeah, you see? Now, bring it off and watch the card come out of nothing. Magic. Just come out of nothing. Oh, that's a trick. I say, no, it's not a trick. I'm observing what actually happens. I take that seriously. See, this is the source. Now, if you put it on anyone else, it wouldn't work. You'd just get their face. There's only one place you can put it, you see. So enjoy that again. And I'd like you, because I'm interested to know, I'd like you to pay attention to the moment when it disappears and whether or not you feel a change. If there's if you feel some kind of change. So be aware of that moment in particular and observe your reaction or your feelings. Doesn't have to, don't force anything. And keep it on. And anyone report your reaction when it disappeared?
Expansion.
Yeah. Expansion.
Mm-hmm.
Yes? Yeah. It's quite dramatic, isn't it? It's like being let out of prison, or it's freedom.
Yeah, it's very calm.
I mean, all we did was this. Yet from the inside, it's not all we did was this. It's, my God, look what we've just done. Any other reaction?
Freeing.
Freeing?
Relief.
Relief.
I feel a whoosh. Whoosh. Whoosh.
A whoosh. Is that a technical term?
You can look it up in the dictionary.
Yeah, a whoosh. A whoosh.
A whoosh. That's a swoosh.
So this is fast track, and they all the great teachers say that your true nature is the most obvious thing, and you are already it. That's what they say. And you say, well, if I'm already it, how come I don't know I'm it? You know, right? All right, okay. Well, we'll show you where it is. We'll show you where it is. You know, hold it out. Now, we're going to show you where your true nature is. Bring it towards you and put it on. That's guiding your attention to where it is. There you are it. Job done. No excuses. No excuses. You can't now, I say, I don't know where it is. Yeah? I mean...
It is a kind of relaxation into all the different things around me.
Gosh, you're getting close to saying that they are you. Oh, not yet. No. Okay, we'll go.
No, in Shaivism, sort of, consciousness or awareness is Shiva, and then it's often resembled as a lingam, and a natural lingam from the river is oval shaped. So it's sort of interesting to sort of put on the oval shape that is consciousness, sort of that symbology is there, and another word for Shiva is literally blessing. So it is a blessing to put on Shiva.
It is, isn't it?
Beautiful. Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
I think this is the declaration as well.
It is. It's public, isn't it?
Yeah, you're making it very public.
Yeah.
Everybody can see it.
Yeah. If you, if you want to be reminded of something you've done, tell people. Go public. And then they'll remind you, good or bad, right? They'll remind you. Well, go public. This is the great joy of going around doing these workshops, is you go public. I go public. Again, here, today, about who we all are.
So we take this with us and we...
You can you can take your true nature with you, but not the card. But you see, you could say, well, I'm going to go public on who I am, but actually it's much more fun and powerful to say who we are. I'm going public on who we are, or we're going public on who we are here today. You know. It's when, and we're not unusual people. I mean, we are unusual, but we're not different from the crowd. And if we can settle into this, it is not impossible. It's not a pipe dream to think, well, actually, it could become the dominant view about who we are. Because you can't, when I say we are the one, which I do, I can't say it, but Pete and Fred aren't, because they're not in the, I mean, it applies to animals, it applies to everything. You can't, you can't stop the flood in that way. And once you say we are the one, when you think about it, you're speaking as the we. If you say, my family, we love going fishing, well, you're speaking as your family, right? The we, you don't have any problem with saying that. Or we, you can speak for humanity. We are, you know, being rather stupid at the moment as humanity, right? I mean, we are. But you can therefore equally say, well, actually, we are the one. Now, most of us don't know it, but I'm going to. It's just true. It's true, even if we don't know it. We're the one. Yeah. This changes the way that you relate to each other or to other species, right? Because once I start to say we. Now it's just you and me, right? We are one, like a tube or well, that in itself has crossed a frontier, right? It's crossing. You've. It's a bit like those in the First World War on Christmas Day, when the Germans and the English stopped fighting and had Christmas dinner together. They crossed over a boundary. See, well, I think that's what's happening. We're you know, they were made to fight again after. It must have been so weird, but you know, there comes a point where you say no. We, you know, I am you. I am space for you. Your voice is mine. Right? Yes. Normal. Yeah.
Because you are fighting yourself when you are fighting.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Do we understand what Jan said? Yeah. Well, I mean, that understanding is not out there in the world yet. But it's true. We are verifying it's true. It's not like, if we believe and say it enough, maybe it'll have an effect in the world, but, you know, in my heart, I don't really believe it. You're you and I'm me. But when we do the experiment, say, oh, okay, I get in what way I am you. I get in what way I'm not you, but I get in what way I am you. You see, one consciousness, see. So, all right, why, you know, is that now going to affect the way I treat you? Well, it should do, right? I mean, it will do. It will do. Yeah. Let's take these back, I think. Just pass them around. Let's just pause for a minute. So someone who has not guided the group through the pointing experiment, now's your chance if you want to have a go at guiding the group, getting the group to do the pointing experiment amongst friends. I can remind you of the simple framework if you like, and this is just a way of celebrating this together, or reminding ourselves, or articulating yourself, or hear it being articulated. So all you're doing is you will be getting the group to point out at the floor, then say at your body, and then at the nothing. And when you do it, you just articulate that, your experience, aware that you are articulating that for the group. All right? So anyone want to have a go?
Fine.
Yeah, have a go. Yeah.
Okay, if you all can point your finger right in front of you or somewhere on the floor. Well, I will just talk from my point of view here. My finger is pointing at a black spot. So there's a black spot. I see the black spot. I see my arm, and well, that's right there. And if I move my finger to my knee, I know it's my knee. It's gray. I see a gray thing here. Your color should be different, but just look at what color there is at that point there. And then I will put the finger right here, and there I see the yellow color, and under that I see some gray, and under that the orange floor. And then if I point my finger right to my face, and if I just look what I see there, I see no color. I see only, clarity, really. Clarity for, yeah, that's all, right now. Yeah, there's no color here.
Simple. Great to do, huh?
Yeah.
Why is it good to do if it is?
Just sharing, I think.
Yeah. So now I'm going to get you to do something else, Mariska, just related to that, if you want. And this is a bit bold, but we do it in normal life anyway. So what I mean is that you'll say, I could say to Hans, I know when you look down there, you can see the floor. And then when you look at your foot, you can see your foot. Agreed? And when you look at point there and point at if you just do it, point at your chest, just do it there, you can see your chest. Now, point back at where everyone sees your face, right? And there you can see nothing, right?
No.
What?
Not right. I see my finger, I see. But where the finger's pointing at.
Yeah.
So it's two waves, really. So what you mean is, sorry,
No, I love it. But what I'm saying is, given whatever language you want to use, I can be bold and say that, your finger, you see your finger, but you don't see Hans. Mm-hmm. Would you agree with that? Yeah. All right. Okay. So, the thing now, and this is where you can do it amongst friends, because I just want to say that if you go, yeah, but you can't speak for me, I get that. All right? So, but you're speaking for everyone all the time anyway, so just give a little bit of a, it's true, isn't it? So, I mean, give a little bit of a slack here. So what you're going to do is you're going to say, everybody point at the floor, you can see the floor. Everybody point at your knee, you can see it. Now everybody point back at the place you're looking out of, and you can see whatever, right?
Okay.
And, if she doesn't get exactly the same word as you use, be a little bit tolerant. All right, go for it. Tell them what. Tell them.
Okay, now point to the floor. The floor. There's the floor. Okay, point. To
You can see. Tell them what they can see. Tell them what they're experiencing.
You are seeing the floor. You're seeing the floor now.
Right.
Now you can point to your knee. You see your knee.
Yeah.
And now you point to your chest. You see your chest.
Right. Now go for it.
Now you point to your head and you see your
nothing.
Nothing. You can say also, come people.
Yeah, rah, yeah.
Nothing.
But I'm playing and I'm exaggerating, you know. But it's just that normally when you speak about your experience, you're assuming others understand. Otherwise, the communication is invalid, you know. And so it's not, and you're always saying, well, you know, you're speaking for others all the time. So I'm just saying that you don't have to be too careful about how you do this, because we're not very careful ordinarily. We know all this therapy stuff about use the I word, you know. Oh, God, you really feel sad. No, say I feel sad, you know. Give me a break, you know. I just want to talk normally. I'm being a bit over precious about it, you know, but bold. Yeah, bold. Okay, all right. So, someone else want to just guide us through that pointing? Just.
Can I do the glasses?
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't do it.
Yes.
And I love it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, tell us. Guide us.
So I think everyone assumes they are looking from two eyes. So let's see. Put your hands in front. Put your fingers close to each other, against each other. And put your hands to your, somewhere where you think your face or your eyes are. Put them nearer and nearer and nearer. Put them there where your nose and the forehead, and look in front of you. And then open them and there's one. There's two eyes, not two views. It's one view.
Yes.
One eye.
One eye.
One eye. Now, I mean, you enjoy doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Why?
Because I always am amazed. Because it's you always have them with you, and you can just do it.
And when you do it, Dick, when you do it there, I suspect that part of what you're enjoying is the fact that you are becoming aware of it again as you're doing it, right? Mm-hmm. And you're going to share something that is very meaningful to you with the group who will have some understanding of that. Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah. Something that is obviously you love, yes. Right. You know, I ran therapy groups for years and years and years. I have a great respect for groups. I love groups, but often in therapy groups, you often, not always, by any means. But anyway, you talk about difficult things, you know, with people who understand. So it's very precious and very important. You see, but it's also important to talk about good things. So you loosen up, you see. And what we're doing here, you know, we know we've all got problems in our lives, and if we had more time, we'd talk more about those things. But what we're focusing on here is talking about something brilliant that we all have, you see. And it is tremendously powerful, group work, to share, because you hear. Because the thing about difference between one-to-one therapy, for example, and group therapy, is in one-to-one you don't hear about anyone's experience except your own. But in group therapy, the huge amount of learning is hearing and watching other people work through things. Watching, not just them reporting, but they go through things. And the group, you will learn immensely from that. Well, today is a group, you see. And today what you're in part doing, however conscious of it you are, is you're witnessing other people entertaining, reflecting on, coping with, sharing their true nature. That's a very special, powerful thing. And you will have been, because we're all very attentive, I think, you'll have been just registering people's different responses. And that reflects your own. I mean, that in another way that is your own. So it's tremendously They say groups are like greenhouses, because they kind of force growth in a way that one-to-one does it differently. It's not. I loved one-to-one work when I did it, but we have had a group today, and it's in its own way. Groups are intense. Groups are intense. How often do you spend the whole day with 15 people, doing incredible, looking through tubes and? Oh yeah, no, we do that every day at home. Oh, we do that with our neighbours. Yeah, no, I often go across the street and say, "Do you want to do the tube?" Yeah, no.
How does a video call compare, where you're looking at just their face?
To come and find out, but the Zoom meetings are places where you can connect with others from around the world.
Oh, sorry, I meant as compared to the tube, right? Because you're kind of looking through like a little digital tube. But maybe it doesn't block away your body.
You're still the space. That is freely available. Yeah. On that note, there are lots of opportunities to meet others and form friendships through the online free Zoom meeting. So if you're drawn to that, that's there. Yeah. But the other thing is that when this is over and you then the workshop will be over, and I say like anything, like going on holiday or going to work or whatever, that it will pass. This workshop, the experiences will pass, and yet I say that what you've experienced here will not leave you. And it doesn't have to be conscious. And I believe that you, as it were, had a shot in the arm today, you see. And tomorrow you might think, I don't think it's working anymore. Just be really patient with yourself. Keep returning to the vision. Keep returning to the silence, see out of which the sounds come, or the no mind. And if you water the root, the flower will take care of itself. See? Don't chase the flower. The flower will go, wither. The day will pass. But the root won't. And the message of the workshop is that you always have access to that root. And you can always water it, with your attention. But it's a bit like an amaryllis, and you plant the bulb and you might water it. You guys don't, but I do at home a bit. And nothing seems to happen. And one day, you suddenly see. Now, was that you? And it's like that with this, that it underground, it's tremendously fertile and powerful. And do your bit, and don't expect, if you can, expect, but be prepared to be surprised.
I think it was a good comparison. So I think 10, 11 years ago, I was amazed by the bulb and stopped watering.
And then the flower withered, did it?
Yeah.
And then you thought, what? I better water it again.
Well, some other guy discovered the bulb and wanted to tell me about it. And I thought, hey, I saw the bulb. I know the bulb.
Yeah.
And it started over again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's...
I'll have to keep watering.
Yes, yes. Well, any questions about the day or anything?
About what you just said about expectations. I think you said having no expectations or do have expectations. And I'm a bit, I cannot not have expectations.
No.
Right. So, yeah, it's always there. It's always wishful thinking and...
Expectation to no expectation. Understand?
Yeah, it's kind of at the same time, right? Or pretty much.
Yes.
It's kind of no expectations.
Yes, but I mean in this direction.
Right.
I'm not asking you to get rid of expectation. I'm saying notice where it is, or where it changes, and it's in the content, and the space is always free of expectation. Right. So you don't have the delusion is that you've got to stop expecting,
right.
And that is impossible. But here you can't expect anything. You can't. You see, you can't because it's empty. So that is the true giving up of expectation, is seeing that here there isn't any and never was and never will be and however, and then that frees you to expect. Yeah? Because expectation is important. It drives you, it encourages you, it draws you on, it inspires you, it can get in your way, it can be difficult, but life, it is a roller coaster ride. But go for the roller coaster. Don't say, don't drop out of the roller coaster ride. That's the only ride in town, right? This headlessness says yes to life. So it takes all the brakes off. I say, gradually, you see. It gives you that basic safety and freedom where you are, from which you can be bold. Yeah. And live your unique self. We all have a unique contribution flowing from the one. It's a great mystery. And living truly, the true life from your true nature, it frees you to be the unique individual. And you don't know what that is until it actually unfolds. You see, I say. And you find out. And you join in the process of creativity. But creativity, to me, is what the Source is doing now. It's coming up with this moment. Now, do you know how it's coming out of nowhere? I don't, you see, but it is doing. And so I say, well, the nature of the Source is it's fertile, creative, irrepressibly creative, productive. You can't stop it. See, now you could say, well, actually, I'm talking about myself here, right? You could reframe it. So, and then that will reveal that everything you do is the Source being creative, or you being creative. Me talking now, or you going to the toilet, or you going on the train, or anything is arising in the moment, you see. And it's unpremeditated, and it's spontaneous, and it's you can't explain it. But when you kind of say, right, I'm going to own that, in a way, I'm going to own that, you see. Well then, there isn't a time when you're creative and when you're not. It's all that. And that's where on the taboo against declaring that you're infinitely creative. Now, see? And when you declare your irrepressible creativity, it's different from not declaring it. Because you suddenly say, I'm taking the brakes off, oh my God. Where, really, the stars are coming out of me now? And they are. You see, declare it. Oh, really? Yeah. You see. And when you say yes to this, it's tremendously energizing and inspiring and loving and kind and true and right. It feels right, you see. There's a great poet, English, Traherne, who you never enjoy the world aright until the sea itself floweth in your veins and you are crowned with the stars and something with the heavens, crowned with everything. You wear the world. There was I don't know. She was in North India in about the 12th century. She used to walk around naked. She was a poet.
Lala.
Lala. Lala.
Oh, Lala.
Lala. And her poem, and she was caked in mud, but her poems were that I am naked and I wear the world. Mm. I put the clothes of the clouds on every day. I wear the mountains. Well, there's nothing, you're naked. Now you're wearing the community centre. It's your current outfit, right? It's in vogue at the moment, is wearing all these faces. I'm wearing your faces. Lala would have no problem with that. See, I'm wearing all your faces now. Well, I mean, she was joyous. She was joyous because she took the brakes off, you see, and she just sang. She sang, you see. So it really makes a difference to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which, of course, is where trust comes in. And trust is downstream, like expectations, you see. So you can't trust all the time. And trust is only trust and surrender when you've gone through the fire and finally relaxed and said yes after saying no for God knows how long. The only powerful surrender is the one that is after resistance. Surrender that is dead easy isn't worth the salt it was, preserved in. And so I say, at least for me, I can't trust it all the time, as I can't surrender to it all the time. There. But here, I was once in a workshop, Douglas Holland, we were in Paris back in the 80s, I think, and and the group had just got to talking about surrender, and there was a kind of quite strong discussion going on. And Douglas leaned over to me and he said, "Seeing you've no face is absolute surrender. You're giving everything up. That's the true surrender, you see. Now there, you surrender and resist. You surrender and resist. You surrender. You hold on. You let go. You see. So then you are kind to yourself, because who can surrender the whole time? I can't. You see, but you think you should do. It's a sort of spiritual thing, you see. And so you inevitably are failing, you see. Or who can you trust the one? You see, well, I can't all the time, but that is the rhythm where you've not been trusting, and finally you give up because you're tired and it just didn't work anyway, and the relief floods in, and you think, oh God, all right, I'm going to do this all the time. See, well, it goes. You can't. You see.
Can't hold it.
You can't. No, and it's only powerful because you didn't have it before. You see, and it's grace. It's what it's. It's grace. But the paradox is that where you are, you always have access to that true surrender of being empty, unconditionally open to what is given. You see, and so we all have access to that, and that's where there's no hierarchy of surrender and all of that. Yeah. All right. Well, any final thoughts, Karen, about housekeeping or books or anything?
Well, yeah, maybe what's available.
Okay. Well, we'll do No Head Circle to finish with, but thank you, Karen, for organising this, and thank you, Amma, as well. Yeah, and
coming over.
Yeah. So let's stand up. We'll do a No Head Circle one more time to finish off, and just move close if you would. I think I'm going to come under it.